it is Carly here bringing you day 21 of my 31 Days of Horror 2020, and today we are going along with a prequel, and that is Dominion, the prequel to The Exorcist from, again, the year 2005. Now, this movie is basically centered around Father Merrin from, the original Exorcist, and it's him when he was younger, and you see at the beginning that he is, of course, the priest of this town, and something happens that, looks very bad on him, and just, it makes him kind of think everything and completely abandon his whole priesthood thing. So, as time goes on, he ends up basically, being, like, the manager, I'm trying to think of the right word, the person who, like, I guess supervises or watches over this archaeological project that's going on in East Africa. And while they're there, they discover this very old church, and at first it's like very interesting, but then strange things start to occur around the area, and particularly they start to happen to this boy who is a little bit handicapped. He can't really talk too well and has some other things going on with him, but a lot of weird stuff starts to kind of target him, and then some of the other people around the area as well. So Father Merrin, he gets a little wary and suspicious and thinks this might be some demonic activity, so it kind of becomes him trying to rediscover his faith, because he's basically the only chance they have if it is indeed a demon. So that's basically the idea of Dominion here. This movie was definitely interesting. If you know me, it's not really my type of movie. It is a period piece, and it is a little bit slow in terms of, it seems like not a lot's really happening for a lot of the movie. It very much is just him kind of overseeing this group as they, do their work and whatnot. And, it's not until a good way through it that really, I guess you could say, creepy things start to happen. And even then, I don't find it to be overly that scary of a movie, which is unfortunate, because I kind of was hoping for that in, an Exorcist prequel. I think The Exorcist definitely is one of the scariest movies of all time, but this doesn't really deliver too much for me personally. I think it might just be the storyline itself, but I don't really know. I've never really heard other people talk about this film to see what their opinions are, but I would like to maybe look up some reviews, because for me it didn't really do it for me too much. It is interesting though, just seeing, it was an interesting idea for a prequel to see, Father Merrin and his journey, and the devastating thing that kind of happened to him, and then having him lose his faith and then get it back. I thought that was pretty cool, and then there are some decent moments with, the boy in particular, who, like I said, is a little bit handicapped, and just seeing him kind of be overtaken by this demon of sorts. There are some good moments with that. There's also a dream sequence that's really creepy in the movie. That happens kind of earlier on that I really enjoyed. It was kind of just that very ominous, devilish thing, something that you would see in the original Exorcist, so I really appreciated that. But overall, this movie's definitely not too bad. I think it makes for a good prequel. It has a decent storyline to it, but for me, it was a little bit slow. And also one thing, like the ending, is when stuff starts to really go down and you get more into the true horror aspects of it, and it just didn't really do it for me. It kind of came off as a little bit goofy. Basically, to not spoil it or anything, but I'm gonna kind of talk about it. You got the demon kind of comes full force through the handicapped kid, and it just comes off as, it looks really fake, and it's just, some of the stuff he does is a little bit comical in a way. I know it's not intended to be, but it just becomes very fantasy-esque, and I didn't really care for that too much. But like I said, overall, I don't think the story's too bad. I could see why people would like this one. I am curious to check out the beginning and see how that compares to this. I know they're pretty much like the same type of movie, but we'll see on that. For this, I give it a 7 out of 10. So solid 7 out of 10 for Dominion, the prequel to The Exorcist 2005. And that'll do it for this here episode. Thank you guys once again for joining me for my 31 Days of Horror 2020, day 21, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 22.